My grandfather's will said whoever lasted 72 hours alone in his mountain cabin would inherit the property. The sheriff showed up with a search team on hour 26. Grandpa Earl was obsessed with survival shows. Alone, naked, and afraid. Survivor. He watched them all religiously and swore he could outlast anyone. When he died at 84, his will reflected that obsession perfectly. 4 grandchildren, 1 cabin. Whoever stayed alone for 72 hours without leaving, calling for help, or quitting got the property, worth about $600,000. The lawyer would call twice a day to confirm we were still in. No electricity, no running water, no cell service except one spot on the ridge where you could get a single bar. My cousins Ollie, Willie, and Sheila all thought they had it in the bag. Ollie ran a fitness Instagram. Willie went camping once in 2019. Sheila just really wanted a free house. I was the only one who'd actually spent time at that cabin with Grandpa. I knew what I was walking into. The first check-in call came at 8 a.m. Mr. Brannigan's voice crackled through the single bar of service on the ridge. You're in? I'm in. Good luck. I hiked back down to the cabin and got to work. Grandpa had taught me everything. How to find dry wood, how to gut a fish, how to make a fire that burns slow and doesn't smoke you out. By noon, I had trout cooking over an open flame and fresh water from the creek. I wondered how my cousins were doing. Ollie probably brought a blender for his protein shakes and was realizing there was no outlet. Willie was probably wrapped in his sleeping bag crying about bugs. Sheila had definitely quit by now. The afternoon check-in confirmed it. Sheila's out, Mr. Brannigan said. She called the office crying about spiders. I laughed so hard I almost dropped my phone. 3 left. The sun went down and I sat on the porch watching the stars come out. No light pollution, no noise except crickets and the occasional owl. I understood why Grandpa loved this place. I fell asleep by the fire around 10 and woke up to my second morning feeling like I'd already won. The 8 a.m. check-in went smooth. Willie quit overnight, said he heard a bear. There's no bears up here. I know, 2 down. Just me and Ollie left. I spent the morning fishing again. Caught 2 more trout, cleaned them by the creek and carried them back to the cabin. I was building the fire to cook lunch when I heard it. Engines, multiple vehicles coming up the dirt road, then voices, lots of them. I walked around the cabin just as 3 sheriff's trucks pulled into the clearing. A deputy jumped out with his hand on his holster. On the ground, now! I dropped to my knees with my hands up. I'm just cooking fish. We got a report of screaming, someone being attacked. There's no one here. I'm doing a survival challenge. The deputy didn't care. 2 of them cleared the cabin while a 3rd kept me pinned in the dirt. The sheriff walked the perimeter like he was looking for a shallow grave. They found the fish guts, the bloody knife, the fire, 0 bodies, 0 victims, 0 anything. But by then they'd already called it in, and Mr. Brannigan was on his way. He arrived 45 minutes later in a Prius that looked deeply unhappy about the dirt road. What happened? He asked me. Someone called in a fake emergency. Who? I don't know, but I have a guess. The sheriff walked over. Sir, we received a credible threat about this location. Screaming, possible violence. Your client here says it's part of some game? Mr. Brannigan pinched the bridge of his nose. It's an inheritance challenge, legally binding. I've been monitoring check-ins twice daily. He pulled out his phone. I also record every call that comes into my office regarding this estate. Habit from 30 years of family disputes. He scrolled, found something, pressed play. A voice came through the speaker. Panicked, breathless. I was hiking near the Villeray property and I heard screaming, like someone was being murdered. Please send someone. The sheriff leaned in. Who is that? I already knew. The fake panic, the try-hard breathing, the slightly nasally tone he got when he was lying. That's my cousin Ollie. Mr. Brannigan nodded. The voice matches his check-in calls from yesterday. I'll send you the comparison. He looked at me. Ollie is disqualified. You're the last one standing. The sheriff looked like he wanted to arrest someone just to make the trip worth it. And the false report? All yours, Mr. Brannigan said. I'll have the recording on your desk by morning. I stayed the full 72 hours. Not because I had to anymore, just because I wanted to. Mr. Brannigan called on hour 72 to confirm. You won. The cabin's yours. I found out later that Ollie tried to fight the disqualification, claimed the recording was taken out of context. Mr. Brannigan played it for the whole family at the final estate meeting. Ollie's voice filling the room, like someone was being murdered. My aunt couldn't even look at him. The false report charge is still pending. $600,000 property, and he lost it for a phone call he thought no one would trace. Grandpa would have loved this episode.